Hello everybody, and welcome back to WorldBox. And what happened there? Oh right, I guess I got struck by a meteor? That must be the case. I can't see what else it would be. And some dwarves just arrived back. That's good. There's a bunch of orc trading ships on the move over there. But besides that, there is... no, what is this? Ambitious and gluttonous. Okay. And the human army has also gained some stuff by the looks of it. Yeah. And what do we have here? We got orc army of 53 and the humans are at 57. So the humans are ready and raring to go. Wanting to get a lot of stuff done. I want to see some more pyromaniacs around though. It's a shame there's not more. But the thing is that there is still some, which is good. Very good, in fact. But, there's still some stuff going on here. They still got some houses to build, area to claim, rebuild as well. Not everything is claimed quite yet. And now I hear a storm somewhere. Ah, it's right here. Okay. Storms, I feel like they got more aggressive as well. Somewhat. But yet, they still go through relatively quickly. They blow through just like any other storm. And it doesn't look like we got any more people joining the army. Do we? Oh, there is. There are people that are joining. Interesting. It doesn't seem like many people want to upgrade their houses to the highest tier. It seems like the only ones they definitely do are the mayor's house. That's pretty much it. They don't really need to do anything else by the looks of it. Let's see how well they're doing for resources. They are pulling in quite a bit of metals and gems, which is good. And they've got a lot of gold as well. Very good. How are they doing for wood though? 68? Alright, that's not half bad. And they are still going. ZDEP is no longer in existence anymore. And I guess over time, all the human roads do get destroyed. Because there's very few remnants left. Looks like they kind of just disappear over time through wear and tear. But over here where they're being used and upkept, that is where it's good. Human army is really doing it now, and Rapco doesn't seem to care. The dwarves and them are off doing other stuff, and we got migration over here. Orcish Empire ships are on the move. A bunch of them are, in fact. I'm not sure where they're going though. But the Human Empire is really gonna have a lot of area now. And wait, Gan Atar is the biggest city, right? 120? And Irina has how much? 110. So now they gotta compete with the dwarves. And try and catch up to other people again. But there's no reason to. I mean, Dodapaz and Renadus are both decently big, and that's all that really matters. And there are still quite a bit of roads from the old Human Empire there. That's not even from the Iwasan Imperium, that's from the old Human Empire. That was a really long time ago. Yep, times do change. And now there's a new Human Empire. And in fact, I think that's what I'm going to name them, because they aren't the same. And we can both agree. New Human Empire. The Orcish Empire is the original, and Gyosal is also the original. And I kind of like the name. It has a ring to it. Even though it is a dwarvish name, it does have a ring to it, and I kind of like it. And now, the humans are getting their army bolstered once more. Getting ready for war. By the looks of it. They have a lot of stuff that they collected from what looks like fallen orcs. Created by Usha from the... Okay, that's not from orcs. That isn't either. Doesn't look like... Really... There's a guy I saw that had a bunch of really good gear. I'm not sure where he went though. I'm not sure if he got it from the Human Empire either. But it looks like all of these people have. He's got a stone spear. Alright. Human Empire. Okay. So the Human Empire is doing alright. That's what I'm picking up from this. He's got an adamantite sword. That's alright. Nothing to complain about there. That's for sure. But they aren't really staying near the border where they should be. They're kind of heading down south now. But Irina is still growing and expanding nonetheless. A lot of people have good stuff right now. Houses are coming along. They don't seem to want to build more roads out here by the looks of it. Out by the coast over there is kind of a dead zone now. Let's see, Human Empire is at 81 and Rapco is still at 54. Oh, a couple of people in the army died there. But more have come to replace them. I'm gonna get off of that. So will people go and join the army, or do they just kind of do it from their houses? They make the armor themselves? That might be the case. And there's the king from the Human Empire. So all these were made in the Human Empire for the Human Emperor. Interesting. I wonder if all the stuff that Neg has is also stuff that was only made in the Orcish Empire. I imagine. But you know what? Let's check it out. Let's see. What do you got? Oh! Okay. So he does have a legendary weapon. A monster sword of terror created by the Iwasan Imperium. That he took from a fallen person. And he's got a helmet from the Orcish Empire. And here's another thing. The boots that he got have been upgraded by the looks of it, and were made in the Iwasan Imperium as well. And from the Chonk Kingdom. Wow, that is a name I haven't heard in a long time. That's where he got that. And the Elven Empire. That's where he got his legendary adamantite Amulet of Terror. That's crazy. The Elven Empire still has his remnants. That is crazy. That is more reason to bring back the elves. I love the history for this. This is crazy. But the humans are getting ready. Human Empire is still around in some regard. It has its roots in the Iwasan Imperium. The humans have always had a bloodline that started somewhere. Iwasan Imperium had 2 people, I believe, that just didn't want to start its own village, but were still part of the kingdom, if you remember, and decided to join a human village that had been started on the outskirts over here by this mountain. And it was impressive, and I believe that the couple people from the Iwasan Imperium did have some children in that village as well, which means that there are definitely relatives in Irina that are from the Iwasan Imperium at some point. Or that had relatives in the Iwasan Imperium. Without a doubt. But the elves are all but destroyed now. The only way for them to come back is if I bring them back, which I might. I've been thinking of it, and I might make a little island out here. Start the elves out there, because why not? Makes perfect sense to bring them back. That way we could have one of each race once more. Let's see, humans are still increasing gradually. They're at 85 now. Bringing in new weapons as well. Seems like they like using stone a lot. I mean, they do have a lot of stone to get rid of after all. And they're also going, wow, at a good adamantite sword there. Legendary, in fact. Humans are starting to get more skilled with their crafting by the looks of it. With anything, really. Stone they lack on, but it's still pretty well made, I'd say. Crooked swords. It is made of stone, though. You can't really... Stone isn't malleable. You can't really make good stuff out of it like with metals. But regardless, it still works. It's still a weapon. I'm not sure what happened to the guy that had a bunch of armor, but I think he might have passed away. He was a veteran too. Veteran of the last war with the orcs. But now the humans are getting ready for another one. 88, 63. They outnumber the orcs on, in that regard at least. So what happens when they die? I know that if you die to an enemy, then the enemy gets your weapon, but what happens if you just die on your own? Is it lost forever? I imagine that it is. Is Neg in that tent? He is. Interesting, I didn't expect them to be able to really make new buildings now. But apparently, I've been proved wrong. They can make more buildings plenty more times as they need to. But the dwarves are also doing fairly well. Ganitar's army is getting very big once more. 133. Dir Bedor has 40. Maybe it's about time that these two great empires go to war once more, seeing as Ganitar's army is nearby. It looks like the captain might be heading down south as well. So let's see how this goes. And then the humans might also be able to come in as well later on. Not on the human empire, on Geosel. Human empire makes peace, and now these two are at war once more. Dir Bedor is under assault, as predicted. That should be no surprise, and we've got our first TNT thrown on a dwarvish house. And we got a lot of people fighting, and we got the orc army moving towards the dwarf one, and a lot of stuff going on. Let's see who will be the victor here. It's really hard to tell. It's so jumpy. I hate it, but it's kind of, I don't know. It's weird. And now we got another dwarvish army coming in to help by the looks of it. This might be a dwarf victory this time, but it's hard to tell right now. Right now the dwarves are moving in on Doro. And now the humans have an opportunity. With everybody, with all the army and Rapco gone, the humans can move in and start attacking Rapco. The dwarves are advancing, and they're managing to hold back the orc civilians that are trying to take out their houses as well. They're somewhat managing to hold them back. They are doing well. The dwarves might be able to pull a win out of this. We got dynamite being thrown over here as well. And they are moving into Rapco now. The humans are doing quite a bit of damage to the orcs as well. And we got another bomb thrown. We got a pyromaniac in there somewhere. Not too sure where. We got some humans dying to fire though, which isn't very good. Humans are also moving up the front line as well. And it doesn't look like... Oh, I just heard another explosion. Not sure where this time. They managed to take out Rapco's port as well. Rapco's population is still dropping as well. And now we got an orc ship that has landed on dwarf territory with a couple of armies on board. Let's see how well this will go. Will the civilians be able to defend? We got some combat going there. Will Ganitar be able to defend against these orcs? I am not too sure. They may be able to, though. There are some remnants of armies in there, but the orc army is well trained. I think that on that note, the dwarves will make peace. Because they don't want Ganitar to fall. They have already got a lot lost. And humans are still at war with the orcs, who are trying to send in more people. But there's not really anything they can do at the moment. Rapco doesn't have much left at this point. The humans did a very good job though. They managed to take out quite a bit. And now we got an earthquake. Where was that? Right here. And wow, Zopenberg took a huge hit from that. Human Empire felt it over here as well. Oh wait, no. The orcs dropped off some people, that's why. That's why. So the orcs had dropped off some people. I think on that note, people are going to make peace just so that they could simply rebuild. Because a lot has just happened there. Human Empire needs to rebuild. The dwarves need to rebuild as well. Repopulate, rebuild, whatnot. The dwarves brought in a bunch of armies, so they might be able to fight back the orcs. Let's see how well that'll go. Perhaps they'll be able to. If they can, that'd be very good. Let's see. They might very well be able to. They are now at war. There's combat. And we got lightning and explosions happening everywhere around here. Dwarves are moving in. Explosions are occurring. Lightning striking armies everywhere. And the dwarves might be winning this one. I see a lot of people dying. And I see orcs still standing. Yeah, there's still a lot of dwarves alive though. So they are advancing into orc territory, and Doro was also destroyed now as a result. And what do we have here? We got some orcs taking up refuge in Irina for the moment, while the dwarves are also moving in elsewhere. There's a lot of dwarf armies as well. And I see 96 orcs en route to somewhere. I'm not too sure where they're going. It looks like they might be heading here as a drop point. Around here maybe? No, it's hard to tell. But I see them... Oh, they dropped off here on the very edge of Deir Bador. Let's see how well the dwarf army will be able to hold them off. Not too sure. But Zopenberg took a really big hit there. And now the dwarves are going on the offensive. A lot of the orc armies have been destroyed somehow. There's not very many left. And now the dwarves are moving in. Going on the offensive. Horde Ez and Rapco are dropping rapidly in population. Human army is also preparing for more war, which is always inevitable. The orcs are able to mobilize very quickly, that's for sure. It's one thing they've always been good at, is getting their troops deployed quickly. And it looks like, what do we got going on over here? We got dwarf armies chilling up there when they should be on the front line fighting. And we got a bunch of dwarves moving in now. They're definitely managing to take out some civilians with them as well, which is good. And this guy is a veteran right here. He's got some pretty good gear, I'd say. He is level 1. He's got almost enough experience to level up as well. Let's see how well he'll do. It doesn't look like he's going to live much longer, but you never know. He's level 2, so he did regain some health now. And now he's getting destroyed. Oh yeah, that was a quick battle for him. The war is over for him now. And Irina is got its population back up fairly quickly. Looks like all places are working on defending themselves now. That looks like about it. Ganitar has some area to regain as well. They're also trying to fight off the orcs that try to get close. Zopenberg doesn't have enough housing for all of its people right now either. And we got a ship that is waiting to take people. There's also some orcs still chilling on the human island as well. But I think that I'll leave it here for now. Very interesting episode. The dwarves have managed to defend themselves against orc army after orc army. And did a really good job at it, I must say. But doesn't mean that the orcs won't pull something out of their sleeve like they always do. Maybe they'll even send Nag himself into battle. Who knows? But that sounds like something for next time. So, as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.